Nothing says comfort like a bubbly golden shepherd's pie or cottage pie. Cottage pie. So I have peeled and chopped up my potatoes to be roughly the same size. I'm just going to cover them in cold water. And we'll bring it to a boil. And we will boil them until they are super soft and fall apart. Add about a tablespoon of salt. To our pan on medium-high heat, we'll add about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. And we'll go ahead and add in our 1 diced onion. Once your onions have been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes, we'll go ahead and add our ground meat. I'm using elk, but you can use lamb or beef. I guess my meat was still a little bit frozen, but break that up and then we'll add a teaspoon and a half of parsley, a teaspoon of thyme leaves, a teaspoon of rosemary, along with a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of pepper. Once your meat is all browned, we're going to go ahead and add a tablespoon or about 3 minced cloves of garlic. And we'll add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And we'll let this cook for about a minute until the garlic gets fragrant. 2.5 tablespoons of tomato paste. And we'll also add the same amount of flour and mix that around. Once there's no more clumps in that, we'll go ahead and add 1 cup of beef broth in. I'm using the Better Than Bouillon with water. Next, I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of peas, corns, and carrots. And once your potatoes are super soft, we'll go ahead and drain those. We'll turn this down to low and we'll let it simmer for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. So once you've drained your potatoes, go ahead and add them back in. I have a potato ricer. Just use a masher, mash them until they're smooth. I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of room temperature butter. Next, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of milk. This is oat milk. I have to use oat milk to keep mine dairy free, but if you have sour cream or heavy cream or even milk, definitely use one of those. Salt and pepper to taste. Mix that in. Creamy mashed potatoes. So I actually have some potatoes from yesterday, and I'm just going to add these in because I know we're not going to use them if I don't. In a 9x9 baking dish, we'll go ahead and add the meat base, and then on top of that we will add our potatoes. I would dollop it on top because I feel like the base will move. Go ahead and smooth that out on top. If you want yours to be this full, I would use 6 medium to large russet potatoes. I'm going to bake this at 400 for 25 to 30 minutes. I'm going to put a baking sheet underneath just in case anything topples over. Perfect for winter nights. Cottage pie.